Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Hall County Sports Television. I'm your host, Garry Glenn. We've got a rather wide-ranging show for you. We're going to cover some football. We're going to take another one of our looks at a preview of a basketball season. But we begin things with this show with cross country. At the AAA State Championships in Carrollton, Hall County had 4 teams on the podium and one man atop them all. Cody Barger of North Hall won his 11th race in 12 tries and avenged his only loss by claiming the individual championship and leading his boys' team to a second-place finish behind St. Pius. The North Hall girls also finished second behind Columbus on that side, while both the West Hall boys and girls finished fourth, tying the best finish ever for the Spartan boys and giving the West Hall girls their best ever finish at the state championships. Barger ran an all-class meet best 15:35.91 to get a bit of payback against Brendan Hoban of St. Pius, the only Georgia runner to beat Barger during the season. Also for the North Hall boys, Luis Gonzalez ran 14th with a 16:56, Brandon Lawson 18th at 17:11, Reese Walker round up 19th at 17:12. Victoria Rogers was 5th overall to lead the Lady Trojans in 1951-82. Ansley Lawson took 10th in 2017. For West Hall, got to mention the Spartans here. Josh Pendley, their top boys runner, taking 13th, his best finish ever at state. Jimmy Galt was 15th. Freshman Savannah Smith paced the Lady Spartans by finishing 12th, and Ryan Sherry was 16th. We bring back to the show now Drew Rogers, head cross-country coach for the North Hall Trojans. And Drew, well, I mean, what can you say? I mean, the only way we could have been better if you'd had all your teams both first. But as it was, not a bad state meet.
Very, very happy. You always want the last meet of the year to finish as well as you can and run your best race. And I think all 14 of our runners had one of their best races of the year, and you couldn't ask for anything better.
All right, Cody beats the only guy that beat him. And that didn't happen now but a couple of weeks ago. So what was the difference this time around?
A little more motivation and a little course better to our liking. We had a hill towards the end there. He knew what he had to do. He had to get Brendan Hoban off his back on the hill. He got to the last quarter mile. We had a slight uphill, and Cody just put the hammer down and pulled away, and Hoban just knew he couldn't hang with him up the hill. So by the time we got to the downhill finish, it was too late. Hoban was too far behind.
We hope to get Cody, by the way, on the show here in another week or so, and to talk to him personally about this. But I'm sure you've talked to him plenty about it in the time since. This has to be really gratifying for him, especially since last year, where he spent a lot of the year, both during cross country and track season, hurt. Yeah,
he was right. He ran, not 100% last year and still came in 4th. So, I mean, he didn't have a bad year last year.
Right.
Same thing, came in 3rd in the region last year in the 3,200 when he was not 100%. So now he's 100%. We can see what he can do. The top time in the state, not just in AAA, top time in the state of all classifications, and one of the top runners, and even beat a lot of Ty's record. Ty McCormick, our runner from last year.
Absolutely. He was our Athlete of the Year here at Hall County Sports. And he also beat, you told me, the defending state champion, not only Hoban, but the other guy. Huh?
Defending state champion, Nathan Vassey from Woodward Academy, who beat Ty last year. Cody beat him this year. They ran all together for the first 2 miles, and then Brendan and Cody kind of separated themselves from the other two. They couldn't hang with him that 3rd mile, and then that last 400 yards. It was all Cody.
Of course, 2 years ago, he won the 3,200 at the Georgia Olympics in Jefferson during the springtime, during track season. So, I mean, you got to be looking for great things for him for track season.
He's got to be the favorite, but Brendan Hoban's going to be right there with him. So just a matter of who does. Vassey, I wouldn't count Vassey out either.
Well, there you go. So, but your boys overall and your girls, how proud are you of them?
Oh, the girls. I mean, our girls have never had a team like this before, and we don't have any superstars on the girls team. We have 5 very, very good runners. Like I said, the top runner was Victoria Rogers and Ansley Lawson, both in the top 10, which makes them all state. But the other 3 were right close behind them. We have Kirsten Neidfeld was in 21st, another one of our seniors, another senior, Sarah Harper, was in the 30s, I think the low 30s, and Laura Manson was right behind her. So a lot of times it's your 4 and 5 runners that really make the difference. And we had 5 that came in the top 35. Last year we had 1 girl in the top 30, and this year we had 5 in the top 35, and that's a big difference.
Absolutely. Well, of course, Cody won the region, and then made all region in Luis Gonzalez, Brandon Lawson, boys first team, the girls side, Victoria Rogers, Ansley Lawson, Kirsten Neidfeld all made the first team, and you are pretty deep. How many of these are you going to lose now, and what do you got coming back?
We're going to lose a bunch. Right now we're still savoring our victories right now, but we are losing. For the boys, we're losing Cody, and we're losing Reese Walker, who came in top 20 in the state this year. So we're losing those 2 in the boys, and we're losing 3 of our top 4 in the girls. We're losing Ansley Lawson, who was our team leader for the girls, came in 10th. losing Kirsten Neifeld, who I think was 21st, and Sarah Harper. So 3 of our top 4 in the girls. So, you know, we're going to be down. But the good thing is, in the Hall County Championships, our girls JV came in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So we have some JV runners coming up. They're going to have to step it up a little bit. And the same thing in the boys in the region meet. Our boys came in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the JV meet. So we got some young runners coming up to fill in. You know, we can't replace a Cody and a Reese and a Ansley and Kirsten and Sarah, but we'll be okay.
All right, Drew. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck to you in the future, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Now, Flowery Branch had won 2 straight Class AAA Boys State Championship titles before moving up to 4A this season. This year, after winning the region, the Falcons at state ran 3rd as Kenny Slavic finished 4th overall for the branch. He ran a 16:23:33. Falcons placed 3 runners in the top 20 for 3rd as a team behind state champ Marist and 2nd place Chapel Hill. Maurice Ryden ran 14th for Flowery Branch in around 16:46. Drew Garland placed 18th in 16:52. We bring to the show now Coach Jimmy Sorrels of the Falcons. And Jimmy, after you won the region and going into the state championship meet, you knew you probably had a shot at it, but it was going to be tough.
Yeah, the top 3 teams in Quad A were closely matched. It's the first time or second time that I've been to the state championship I've watched a team. Chapel Hill put 3 guys in the top 10 and still didn't win.
Wow.
Yeah, it was an awkward, funny day. I don't know quite how to describe it. I mean, we had 3 guys in front of pretty much Marist's whole entire team, but when Marist showed up, they showed up fast. They didn't have anybody in the top 10, but they're state champions.
Well, and that's the way it works. It's a team sport, huh?
Right, exactly. I mean, there was a little bit of disappointment because I felt like we ran very, very well. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but at the same time, I'm quite proud. I mean, there's nothing to be disappointed about in a team's performance. And anytime you walk away from state meet with a trophy, that means a whole lot.
Absolutely. And this year is was a different year for you because you went to different meets, you saw different people, and now that you got your feet wet in Quad A, what do you think?
I feel pretty confident about it. I mean, there were a couple of differences that I noticed. I mean, first of all, it is much more competitive and faster. I mean, there's no doubt about that. The competition is extremely stiff. On that, the very classy teams, Marist and Chapel Hill, and very classy guys. I mean, as soon as we're walking off the podium, we're all shaking hands, congratulating one another. There was no animosity about the performance. Plus, I don't think we've really seen each other before, so we really know quite how to feel about one another.
and you girls qualified for state, but you had a very young team.
Right. I mean, I had a best team ever I had in the history of the program last year, and then they got 3rd in state last year, and we were just young and rebuilding. I mean, the oldest runner on the team was a junior, and it was her first year running, and I had, I think, 3 or 4 freshmen running, so it was young. They got their feet wet. They got out there and competed. Again, Quad A is extremely competitive. At the end of the day, I felt good about everything.
Jimmy, congratulations on another great year for the Branch Cross Country teams, and good luck this spring and next year as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And the Trinity Trot Road Races, November the 20th this year at Office Pros on Browns Bridge Road, 2 o'clock start. You can download an application from the McKever Road United Methodist Church website at mckeverumc.org. This weekend, road races in downtown Oakwood Saturday morning at 9 and Lake Lanier Islands Saturday evening at 5:30. Yeah, they're going to be running under the lights. Might be interesting. We got more sports for you right after this.